Hi guys, it's Sarah, and today I'll be testing out Taba Squishy recipes. And I specifically picked out the easiest ways that you can make a Taba Squishy at home. So make sure to slap the like button and subscribe. And now let's get started. Right here are examples of real Taba Squishies. Some are massive and really sticky, but others are tiny or flocked and fuzzy. And today we'll be making them. The first recipe we'll be testing out only needs 2 household ingredients, and you could probably even make this at school. So here's our first recipe. And all you need to do is coat the mold in Vaseline and then squeeze a ton of paint into it. Once she spreads it all out and closes it, you just leave it for a few days to dry, and then bam, you get such a squishy and stretchy Taba Squishy. That recipe seemed pretty legit, but I'm here to see if it's really fact or cap. I found the cutest Sanrio mold to use for this recipe. Wait, that's my ice cube mold! Screw your fancy ice cubes, Taba Squishies are way better. Here's my Vaseline and paints. Let's start off by coating it in Vaseline. If this recipe actually works, we'll have a legendary Sanrio Taba Squishy. I'm obviously going to use white and blue, not the rest. And let's start off with the blue, for her bow of course. No, not her face! I mixed it with some white to make it lighter. Now for the white paint. It's sharding small turds. Let's wipe off the excess. It looks just like the outline of Cinnamoroll. I have such high hopes. Now we let it sit for a few days. Don't worry y'all, I'm not going to make you guys wait 3 days. Just stay until the end of the video for the results. I'm so excited. As we wait for that recipe to dry, let's move on to our next recipe. Our next recipe is used by Taba Squishy shops themselves, and it only needs 2 ingredients. So this is our next recipe, and the first thing you need to do is coat the mold in Vaseline. Next, you have to mix the same amount of silicone glue A and silicone glue B. Then you can add some optional toppings like food coloring or glitter. Then you pour it into the mold and just wait a few hours for it to dry. And oh my gosh, look how high quality that Taba Squishy looks. I have really high hopes for this recipe, but let's see if it really works. So right here's my iconic cat mold and these silicone glues that I got from Amazon and Vaseline. Since I want to make my cat paw two-tone, here are my 2 cups. So these are all the ingredients, but now let's get started. So for starters, I'm gonna pour 5 milliliters of glue A into 1 cup. Ugh, I can't get this open. Perfect.
And we only need 5 milliliters.
And now 5 milliliters for glue B. Bo was curious on what's in my cups. No, it's not milk. Now let's pour them both into the main cup. This will be like the cat's toes or whatever. So we're gonna dye it pink with some paint. Let's take a tad and... Before we pour it in, we gotta smear this with Vaseline. And we have to coat the entire thing. And done. We have to pour it just in the toes. And now we gotta do the actual paw part. Here are my glues. And this time I'm gonna pour in 10 milliliters of each. And now glue B. Let's pour them both into the main cup. And this time we're gonna dye it purple.
Mixy.
This color is so pretty. Just like all of you guys. Rate that Riz out of 10 in the comments. To add some extra pizzazz, I'm gonna add some glitter inside of it. I've seen the coolest Taba Squishies with glitter inside. So we have to try this.
Wow!
Last toe. Look how gorgeous. Now I'm gonna add these purple majestic stars into the purple mixture. And now it's ready to pour on top. And now we let it sit for a few hours. The results will be at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Our next recipe only needs 3 ingredients, and most of the comments on the video say that it works. So I have high hopes already. For our next tutorial, all you have to do is combine water and a makeup primer, then mix those 2 together and add white glue. Now you can add any additional toppings. Then she pours it into a mold and lets it dry for a few hours. And look at how cutesy her Taba Squishy turned out. We need to try this. Okay, that recipe seemed pretty simple and easy. Here are my 2 mold options: gummy bears or a foot. Which one should I do, you guys? The foot. Look at the toes. Psych! Gummy time. Here's the exact primer they used and jot glue. I found these 2 at the dollar store and this from Amazon. Let's start off by pouring my juicy water into the cup. I think it was around a teaspoon. Now for the primer. Okay, how does this work? What just came out of there? So much sticky white stuff. Why is it so stringy? Now let's mixy. Now that it's fully dissolved, let's add our glue. They just poured in a tiny amount. I think that should be good. Since I'm making 2 gummy bears, I'm gonna repeat the same process, but in a different cup. Water, primer, glue, and mix. Now that both mixtures are ready, let's add our pigment. I'm gonna choose red and yellow. Let's start off with the yellow and red. It's giving ketchup and mustard. All the comments say to use Vaseline to coat the mold, so it'll be easier to take out the Taba Squishy. Let's hope they're not lying.
Low-key kind of satisfying.
Now let's pour. Starting off with the red, and now the yellow. Since there's some extra, I'm gonna pour it into the strawberry mold. Which gummy do you have your hopes on? I choose red. And now I'm gonna let these sit for a few hours, so make sure to stay until the end of the video for the results.
A few inches later.
And now it's time for the results that you guys have all been waiting for. And I'm gonna start off by revealing the paint plus Vaseline Taba Squishy. I waited 3 days for this, so please don't fail. The paint has dried, but why is it fluffy? Let's feel it. 3, 2, 1. It stained my finger. Let's see if I can take it out.
Hell
Oh no, I'm about to tweak into
No, you guys! It's not coming out. It just feels so fluffy now. It might have been a chemical reaction with the Vaseline, but it's so soft. I waited 3 days for nothing. I got bamboozled. Now my hands are stained. Well, I wasted my time, so you guys didn't have to. And now it's time to reveal the silicone Taba Squishy. And I had some leftover glue, so I put it into this chocolate mold. So we're gonna demold this also. Let's do a poke test. There's no glue on my finger. Let's demold it. How do I take it out? Let's cut it out with my nail. I think I got it. Oh my gosh, it actually worked. Look at the pretty hearts. Squish test. It feels exactly like this Taba Squishy. They're twins. It feels so rubbery and soft. And this thing is shinier than my future.
Bruh.
Now let's put it into a Taba Squishy bag. Don't worry, y'all, I came prepared. Let's fill the bag with some pom-poms. Now some pearls. Oh no, my balls. And now I'm gonna flock it. This is gonna make it really fuzzy.
Let it snow.
It looks like fake snow. And now we have a furry paw. Okay, bye. Anyways, it reminds me of my cat Boba. Let's seal it. And now we made our very own Taba Squishy. And it's so easy and fun to make with your friends. Let's demold the chocolates. Starting off with this pink one. Let's peel it out. That came out quick. It's so itty bitty and squishy. Now for a dark chocolate. Ugh, part of it didn't come out. Ugh. Now the last chocolate. Please don't break. It's perfect! These are way squishier than the paw. They look so edible, I want to gobble them up. But I have to resist. They kind of feel like mochi fidgets. Let's bag them up. Let's add the toppings. First, let's get some black. What's this eggplant doing here? Some pink. Now let's add them in. Now the pink. And the last one. Ta-da! These chocolates look so aesthetic and squishy. I'm giving this recipe a 10 out of 10. Now let's move on to the NYX Primer Taba Squishy. Here they are. Why did the red gummy bear turn orange? I signed up for strawberry gummy bears. The moment of truth. Let's poke them. What the? Why does it feel like water? In the strawberry? It's just watery liquid. I got bamboozled. I wasted so much primer for what? Now we're left with these milky juices. And RIP my table. This recipe is cap and gets a 0 out of 10. Well, I tried this, so you guys didn't have to. But now let's move on to our final recipe. Apparently, you can turn mochis into Taba Squishies, so we have to try it. Here's my bowl. And now let's choose our mochis. This gerbil is so obese. I like it. These two besties are perfect. Now we need some fruits. I want to devour this strawberry and this juicy corn. Why is someone licking the cheese? The weirder, the better. I would choose this pig, but her bouncing yacht is too big. And lastly, Mr. Jeff. Our first step is to wash them with soap and water until they're squeaky clean. Next, we're gonna fill up our bowl with warm water and dish soap. Because it smells like my not sexy bathroom, we have to fix this end. Now we let them sit for 24 hours.
A few inches later.
It's been 24 hours, so let's go check up on them. These are real Taba Squishies, so let's hope they turned out just like this. First, let's dry them. The corn got even juicier. There we go. Now I'm gonna keep squishing them until they melt in my hand. This is the most satisfying part. Peeling them apart. They stretch and feel just like a real Taba Squishy. But let's see if they pass the back test. It's a success. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment below which sexy recipe was your favorite. I love you all so much and see you guys in my next video.